Tuesday. My name's Rachel from the Turtle Journal, and this morning I'm going to share with you lots of glittery things. So it's all about glitter. This morning I've got a new collection of Stickles Glitter Glue. So there's some new colors this morning. So I'm going to show all of these to you this morning. Thanks for joining me on this Tuesday morning. Let me know where you're watching from when you jump on, or if you're watching later on your lunch break or tonight when you're at home. Leave me a comment. Let me know you stopped by. I always like to see who stopped by and who watched, and I always appreciate your time and hanging out with me on a Tuesday morning. I'm going to show you all of this glitter glue, the Stickles range from Ranger, which is a big US brand, and I've got some new colors of glitter glue that I put on the website yesterday. And I'm going to show all of these to you. So I'm going to swatch each of them as well so you can see the different glittery colors. So if you love glitter, this is the No Mess glitter accessory. So this is like as versatile as any other paper craft accessory you can use. And glitter is never a bad idea. Glitter is always a good idea. And this, of course, because it's glitter glue, is like zero mess. So you can bling things up and make them look really pretty and decorate them without the mess of glitter or bits and pieces going everywhere. So I'm going to show you each of these colors. The links for this morning are in the comments there. So there's links there in the comments that will take you to the products I want to share with you this morning. And the Stickles is in the comments there. And also there is some Distress Oxide ink there, Tim Holtz Distress Oxide. There's some really beautiful cracked leather cardstock, which is also from Ranger. And there's also a blending brush there in the comments too. So I want to show you a little background bit of paper I did this morning. On a bit of a whim. It just sort of occurred to me, and I really love how it turned out. I'm thinking it's going to be the basis for an upcoming project we might do on a Facebook Live together, because I thought it's turned out really pretty. So I want to show that to you this morning. Oh, no, Tanya, that's not good to hear. The sun's out here in Adelaide, but yesterday it was really dreary here. So I wonder if now you've ended up with it too. I saw Wendy, yeah, so you picked up some stuff already. I like the colours you picked too of the Stickles, Wendy. I think you've picked up a good little bundle there, like a good little matching pair of colours that you've chosen in the Stickles. So I saw that. Thank you, Wendy. So let me show you. What am I going to show you first? I should just show you what I'm most excited about first. I feel like I want to save it, but I'll just show it to you straight away. So this is what I did this morning. I went to the post office, dropped up some orders, and then on my way back in the car, decided I wanted to make this background paper, and I'm stoked with how it turned out. It's really pretty, and so I think I'm going to use this technique for the basis of an upcoming project. I know the light's a little average in here. If I put the blind up, it may be like really glary. Let me just see. I put the blind down because it was really glary, and I'm worried it's actually going to get worse with the blind up. I can't make up my mind this time of year, because then the camera adjusts and I feel like the light gets worse. But anyway, we'll try that for a little bit. So I did this morning and I'm in love with it. I love it. It's so beautiful. It's obviously super basic, but I'm thinking about doing a project now using this as the basis. So do the technique and the products as a basis for maybe like a Facebook Live one Wednesday night, where I can do a project and we can all join in together and do it together. So the supplies or the products for this little bit of paper here, background paper, or you could use this as the centerpiece for a card. You could make this as a card. You could use it as a background page in your journal and then add some stickers or some 3D elements over the top. All the bits and pieces to make this are in the comments there. So this is the leather, cracked leather, A4 paper. It's very thick. This paper is perfect if you want to use some inks and some waters as well. I thought that, Wendy. Yeah, I thought that too. I thought it would make a really nice card base, and obviously it's super easy and basic, but really pretty and effective. So this is the cracked leather cardstock. You get 10 A4 sheets, and they're very thick. They're really heavyweight, just perfect if you want to use them with waters or inks for blending. So I did this. Obviously, that was the start of this. And then I used the Distress Oxide in Shaded Lilac. So a really pretty purple color. And then I use that with the blending brush. So I used the blending brush to add the blending little mottled bits on here. So I started off heavy-handed, and then just as the ink spread and was like distributed, it got finer and finer. So that's what I did with that. And then I use Stickles Waterfall. So the really pretty blue over the top to make the really pretty sparkly effect. So that's what I did this morning. And yeah, I'm really like it. I'm thinking it would make a nice card base, Wendy, and it would make a great base for a project. The other thing I did with the Stickles was I did a bit of a before and after. And I don't know how well this is going to show up as a picture. Let's just see how well it's hard to see on a photo. This is from the Turtle Treasure Box from March, which was afternoon tea. This is like the before page of one of the layouts from afternoon tea back in March. And then yesterday I added many different colors. See, the light here is terrible. I need to get my ring light out, I think, next time. I added on this, just this layout here, lots of the different stickles. So let me try and get an angle. So I used some of the sandstone stickles on the chocolate cake. I used sorbet up here on the heading and also on the beautiful strawberry cake as well. That's a little bit better. It's very glittery. It's just tricky to get that on camera. And then I used some of the really beautiful green, which I think is sea foam. Yeah, sea foam. I used some sea foam decorations at the bottom there. And then also those little dots. And then I also just used some diamond and added a few little bits of just diamond as well on here, which you can't quite see, but there's some diamond here as well. So it's surprisingly difficult to get. I probably do need my ring light out, I think, to really capture how glittery that is. But isn't that pretty? So it's like a before and after of using glitter glue. Like, I don't think you can go wrong with adding glitter glue to anything or bling to anything. Oh, good morning, Alison. Nice to see you this morning, Alison. Hey, nice to see you. Yeah, isn't it? Turned out well, Melina. I mean, glitter is just, it's like adding a butterfly sticker or something. You can't go wrong with glitter. And of course, because it's the glitter is suspended in this 3D, you know, the glue, it's not going to go everywhere. So I'm wrapped with Stickles, and I added Stickles to the range only recently because several months ago, I remember mentioning to you guys on a Facebook Live about Stickles, and I was making a project and I just felt like it needed some glitter glue. And then my brain, you know, suddenly remembered decades ago, I used to use Stickles on everything. So that's what got me on the hunt for it. So I'm stoked that now it's on the website and there's a few different colors to choose from. So let me show you the colors. Shall we swatch some? Oh, the other thing I'll quickly show you I did, which I'm not 100% wrapped with, I was just experimenting, was I was trying to suspend some of it in glossy accents to really create a bit of a 3D resin almost effect. I probably need to play around with it a bit more. So that was adding just a dot of sorbet, the sorbet Stickles, and then over the top, adding a really large like glug of glossy accents over the top and letting it dry. Because glossy accents dry so clear, it's like resin, it's beautiful. But I don't love it. I probably need to play around with that a little bit more. So that was something else I was doing with it. And then, yeah, that's probably everything I was playing with. Let me show you the colors. Let me find a page in here that's blank. There we go. And then I'll swatch the colors for you. You can see what they look like. So the first one is Diamond, which is, Diamond is just clear, classic, lots of sparkly colors in it. And it's just a really pretty, there we go. Really pretty diamond there. So that's going to dry like that, like 3D dry like that with the glittery sparkly in it. But of course with a journal, when you close it, you can tend to crush that 3D level to it. You still end up with a glitter effect, but it loses some of that element of the 3D to it. With a card, it wouldn't do because you're not going to put it inside a journal so much and close it. But on a page, it can lose some of that effect. So you can just sort of spread it out with the nozzle or with your finger and more distribute it to where you want the glitter to be and let it dry like that. So the glitter stays anyway, even when the kind of the glue evaporates, I suppose, for want of a better word. So that's Diamond. The next one is, let's do Seafoam. Seafoam's this beautiful green, sort of matches my logo a little bit. It's really pretty. Let me do Seafoam, see what that looks like. This is gorgeous. Really pretty Seafoam. Oh, I love the green. It's so pretty. So that's Seafoam. Isn't it pretty? Beautiful green. The next one let's do next to it is Sorbet, because I feel like Sorbet makes a great little Christmas color addition almost. Like these two together are a really sweet little Christmas color bundle even. Like they look so cute together. This is very pink though, so it's not really red. So if you're looking for, obviously, when we get closer to Christmas time, more red, then this is not the color you want. This is definitely pink, but they look really pretty together. So that one is, Sorbet. which is the one I used on some of the layout in here for the afternoon tea layout that I sort of added glitter to. The next one is, waterfall. So that's what I did on here, which is probably my favorite now after playing with them a little bit. I feel like this is probably going to be my favorite color. This one's waterfall. This is so gorgeous. This is such a pretty blue. Isn't that nice? It's really glassy, very water, like really pretty beach, like Hawaii or beautiful parts of Australia type beach color. Super clear, really pretty blue. Let's put next to it so you can see the difference. Mermaid's tail, which is very purple. But these look great together. These are a great little combo. In fact, the three with silver make a really sweet little mix. So like waterfall, mermaid's tail, and silver make a really great little combo. Let's put waterfall next to the sea foam. That's so sweet. That is really nice. That's a really pretty purple. It's a bit of a pastel purple. Isn't that nice? It looks so good next to the sea foam. And so let's put silver next to it. So we'll put silver, just straight out silver. Silver is very different from diamond. You might think, I guess, when you sort of see the colors or imagine that they're very similar, like silver and clear, but they're very different from each other. This is definitely a beautiful, like obvious silver color. How nice is that next to the mermaid's tail? And what should we put next to that? Let's put black. I love black diamond. This makes such great little accents and just little dots everywhere on a project. Black is, this, you know, like a bit like the clear diamond or the diamond. Excuse me. You can always add black or white to any sort of like layout. Really, it's going to look really good. Oh my goodness, I'm like choking. That's black diamond. How good does that look next to the silver? That looks fantastic. Really like that next to silver. And two more. So let's do sandstone. That's so pretty. Sandstone, really pretty brown. It's not coppery brown, so it doesn't have any red to it, I wouldn't say. It's definitely a really nice, like a sandstone brown as opposed to anything sort of reddish. So it doesn't look to me like it has any kind of red undertone to it. It's definitely brown. Isn't that nice? Sandstone. And then the last one is gold, which is very different from sandstone. Again, sometimes it's hard to tell just by looking at the bottle on its own. You wonder if they're quite similar, but if you put them together, you can see they're distinctly different. This one is very yellow, so the gold is gold, like gold, like a real yellowy gold. That's so pretty. That's sandstone, and gold. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Aren't they phenomenal? I love them. These are so fun to use. You can kind of go a bit crazy with stickles. Like if you can kind of just keep like adding them to your project. There's so many places you find, I'll just put a bit here and I'll put a bit here, I'll put a bit here. Or start off from scratch and make a whole project featuring them and build a whole project around them using the glitter glue as a feature or as an accent, which look amazing with the distressing oxides and blending it. The combination of blending and then some glitter over the top is really pretty. So that's what I want to show you this morning is all of these amazing stickles. These are $7.90 each. So they are a bargain. So you could grab yourself a whole collection of all the colors I have and get them to you, like shipped to your door for less than $100. And you'll have like a glitter color for every occasion and every project you're doing or you've got coming up. You'll have something there to be able to use. So I think that was everything on here I was going to show you. The other thing I wanted to quickly tell you is I got a really cool tip through in the Facebook group about the blending brushes. So I spoke about the blending brushes, I think it was last week. And there's only a few of these left. They're nearly sold out. So I have some more on their way, but there's not many of these left on the website. So they've been really popular. Is that, let me show you because I got the tip here from Jillian inside the Facebook group. She said with the blending brushes, she has one blending brush per color family. And then she just uses paper towel to kind of brush them off and clean off the excess ink. She said she's never really found it like cross-contaminates terribly. And then she likes to use foam distressing tools for edging things. So she likes to use those around the edges of projects. So I thought that was a really good tip because with the blending brushes, one per color family makes perfect sense. So I've got one now for vintage photo that will stay vintage photo because I use that all the time. And so now this one is for shaded lilac. So I'll put this one aside and use it for other similar colors in that sort of purpley, pastely blue color family as well. So she suggests when you're ready to clean it, don't like wet it and foam it up and soap it up. If you don't want to, you can do, of course, and properly clean it, and you'd have to let it dry for a while because the bristles are so tightly packed. There's a lot of them. She just uses paper towel to really rub off that excess ink, and then uses it again from a color in the same color family, and then it stays with that color family. I thought that was a really handy tip. It's always good to know with tools. Now I'm getting like glitter glue all over my arm while it's sitting here on my journal. You don't need to have one blending brush for every color. I will keep, like I said, my vintage photo one just for vintage photo because I use it all the time. But for other colors, it makes sense to sort of use this across a few different colors in the same color family, and then just sort of brush it off with a dry paper towel and then use it again. And she said she hasn't found any issues, so that's always good to know. Yeah, it's handy. Hey, like Wendy, it's good to know you don't need extra. You don't need one for every color you have, but like every color family could work for you. So it's just a tip. You might want to try that. If you're new to blending brushes, maybe you already do that with your blending foams and you do that sort of thing as well. Let me know how you find it, or if you have any other tips, that would be really cool. That's everything I've got to show you this morning. The links are all there in the comments. And so grab yourself some glitter glue, or if you have some glitter glue at home, pull it out and use it on your next project, particularly as the weather warms up, except for you, Tanya. Seems to be Melbourne is not really getting to warm yet. But we in Adelaide here are starting to see some beautiful snippets of warm weather, which has really got me pulling out some floral stickers and some pretty gardenia papers. I showed you last week. The gardenia range has been really well received. You guys have picked up quite a few of the bits and pieces from the gardenia range. And I can see myself getting into some of those for sure with some glitter glue in the next few weeks as the weather starts to warm up and we get to welcome spring finally, which will be cool. So thanks for hanging out with me this morning. The links are there. I always appreciate you spending the morning with me. Leave me a comment later when you're watching on a replay. Let me know you stopped by so I can say hey and thanks for hanging out with me and spending time with me. Have a lovely Tuesday, everybody, whatever you're up to. And I hope it gets warmer wherever you are and the dreary winter weather is sort of fast becoming behind us. That would be great. I love cold weather, but I'm really looking forward to some warm sunny days. Enjoy your Tuesday, everybody. I'll talk to you all later.